All right, guys, the time has finally come where we're packing and about to leave Lake Okeechobee. I've got a fun giveaway to announce. I'm gonna go through all the baits that I'm using, kind of a tackle prep video with a cool giveaway. Let's dive in. It's not a three, it's a monster of a fish. Good fish right there. All right, so I'm going through tackle prep, and I've got quite a bit here, right? I've got 3 of these monster bass bags full of worms, plastics, crawls, etc. I'm gonna show you what some of these are. I've also got a box of jigs, chatterbaits, and frogs. I'll show you those, and a collection of swim baits that I'm all taking to Lake Okeechobee. But let's talk about the giveaway that'll make this a little bit fun and exciting video and the videos to come on Lake Okeechobee. So I'll be fishing 2 days with my wife, actually, this coming Friday and Saturday on Lake Okeechobee. I am pumped. I cannot wait. We're gonna hopefully smash them. The guide I'm going with, his name is Shad. I'll introduce him in the upcoming videos, but he fishes often with Scott Martin and Roland Martin and is a great guy, great guide, knows Lake extremely well. He's definitely gonna put us on some fish, but I told him that maybe I'm a little weird in this way, that I wanted to bring as much of my own gear and tackle as possible. So he kind of gave me an idea of what's working, type of colors, but I told him that I wanted to use kind of my own tackle and lures. I also want to use my own reels, but I am going to use his rods because rods are extremely expensive to take with you on a trip like that. It would have been like $400 round trip. So I'm going to go through all the bait and tackle that I'm taking, but here's the giveaway idea that I had. If I break my PB, which is 8 pounds, at Lake Okeechobee with one of, obviously, the lures, I'm gonna give away an entire pack, which would be like an entire pack of baits. So probably 10 or 15 different baits and lures, etc. But you've gotta be able to guess the lure down to the specific color that I'll use to catch the PB in the comments. But there's one more thing that I'll ask you to add in the comments. So I'll get to that here in a minute. Let's dive in and show you a little bit of some of the baits and tackles that I'm using, but I'm gonna go really fast because there's a lot that I'm taking for a 2-day trip. All right, so first, let's go through, I guess, what I'm gonna call kind of the crawls. All right, so here's a couple of the crawls I'm taking. I'll show you these really quickly. All right, now maybe other than a couple of the specialty products and XZone lures, you can get all of this at Shills. Obviously, it's on my boat. I love Shills, especially the one here in Dallas, but you can visit shills.com to get most of this stuff. This video is brought to you by Shills. All right, so first off, I have got the Adrenaline Crawl in black and blue. That is the new crawl that XZone Lures has. I'll take it out of the package really quickly in case you have not seen one yet, because it is super awesome the way this crawl is shaped. I'll Texas rig that and do some kind of flipping, punching, and maybe dragging of that bait. Black and blue works really well because a lot of the bluegill there in Okeechobee are darker. All right, so that's why you see a lot of times that Okeechobee crawl color, black and blue, or even June bug works really well there. So I've got black and blue, another pack of black and blue, a pack of that June bug color, a pack of green pumpkin blue flake, another pack of green pumpkin blue flake. I will also put these on the back of chatterbaits and maybe even the swim jigs. All right, so these will be swim jig trailers, chatterbait trailers, and will just be a normal Texas rig. All right, so we got those. Also, I want to show you this bait because this is one that I just recently picked up, and let me tell you why. This is the Deal. All right, this is a power bait, Berkeley power bait. The Deal is what this is called. But look at this bait and the tails that it has on it. I'll kind of turn it this way. All right. And I picked these up specifically for a chatterbait trailer. Now, let me show you the jackhammer that I picked up. I picked up actually a couple of these in this particular color right there. I think that is, I'd have to look, but I think it's Dirty Shad or something along those lines, but kind of a darker color on top, white on bottom. But that I will pair with the Deal. And the reason why is because in last weekend's tournament on Lake Okeechobee, Skeet Reese absolutely destroyed them on this bait with that chatterbait, almost these exact same colors. So I picked some of these up and I will be throwing them a little bit as well. So yes, I'll use the Adrenaline Crawl as a trailer. I will also, for a chatterbait, I will also use the Dirty Shad color of that XZone Lures as a trailer on a chatterbait, and I'll use the Deal as a trailer on a chatterbait. All right, so that's kind of the pack of crawls. Let me now dig into the swim baits. All right, now swim baits is what I primarily plan on using, either a swim bait with paddle tail or a swim bait as a trailer to a chatterbait or a trailer to a swim jig. All right, so those are some of the things I plan on throwing the most, but I love paddle tail swim baits. So I've got a whole pack of them along with what's laid out here as well. So I'll show you all of them really quickly. I'm just gonna drop them on the floor and we're gonna run through this really quickly. So first is, the guide recommended the Houdini color of the Skinny Dipper by Reaction Innovations. So I picked up several packs of those. Same thing. And the Skinny Dipper in, what color is this? This is called Penetration. It's kind of a black and blue type of blend, again, to mimic those bluegills. So got that as well. That Houdini color will help mimic some of the golden shiners or some of the shad. That black and blue color will mimic some of the bluegill. All right, so there's those. I had these already, but I am taking them. It's the Tennessee Shad color of the Finesse Swimmer, a 4.5-inch swim bait by Big Bite Baits. I've caught some good fish on these. These actually came in monster bass boxes, but I did go out and pick up some more. That same bait, there's another pack, that same bait in gill color. So I'm kind of doing this because the packaging, I'm sure, is having a glare, but for the sake of time, I'm not taking all these out. You can go back and look at some of the previous videos, but I've caught some good fish previously on the gill color, but that's going to be a good imitation of those golden shiners. So I've got several packs of those. And then also that came in a monster bass box is the Smart Baits. I will show you this. This is a paddle tail swim bait by Smart Baits. Now, right now, this one is like a red color because it's relatively cold in my garage right now. But when this gets when this gets submerged in warmer water, it will then turn to more of like that Houdini color. So I brought some of these just because I had them and we'll use them as well. Certainly not going to use all of these swim baits. Now, I showed you earlier, I'll show you again, that Dirty Shad color by XZone Lures. I will pop this out because it's easy to get in and out just to show you. This is a kind of that Houdini color as well, but a really nice two-tone color with some good flake in it by XZone Lures. What I really like about these is there's bigger flakes on top and then smaller flakes on bottom. XZone does a great job on these, so I will use these as well. I've got the black, just the straight black swimmers by XZone Lures. So I'll use those as a trailer to a swim jig and just on a straight EWG swim bait hook. Also, I'm taking 2 packs of the Mega Swimmers. One is in 309 color and the other one is in that bluegill color. That's a new color by XZone Lures. So I'll take both of those. I'm also taking a couple of different lures by Smash Tech. So this is the Baby Gizzard Shad. I've already caught some fish on that, but I've got one rigged normally and I'll rig one on underspin. And then I'm also taking those big swim baits by Smash Tech. That is just a big golden shiner, a 6-inch swim bait as well. So I'm taking those. Almost done with the swim baits, and then I'll show you the worms and then we'll wrap it up. All right, by Game Day Lures. All right, these are pretty awesome. These are actually custom made by a guy out of Tennessee. Game Day Lures is the brand, but there's both a 4-inch and a 5-inch version, kind of like in a shad or golden shiner color. But I thought those would be pretty awesome to take. These are actually full body, not hollow body, but full body paddle tail swim baits with the eyes built into them. Custom paint jobs, pretty legit. So I'm gonna take those. So that's it for the paddle tail swim baits. A lot. Swim baits are my favorite thing, but as trailers for a chatterbait, as trailers for a swim jig, or just straight up on an EWG hook, I've got those. You should see all the hooks I'm taking. I think I have like 8 different sizes and types of swim bait hooks because, as you just saw, I've got tons of swim baits that I'm taking. All right, last pack, which, by the way, these Monster Bass bags are freaking awesome. Like, there's a reason why you should subscribe to the Monster Bass box. It's because you now get these bags with them for free. It's part of your subscription. All right, let's go through some of these. Now, The intention of this bag is to pitch with or flip with both Senkos and beaver style baits. All right, so there's a little bit of beaver style baits and Senkos and speed worms all mixed into this bag. I'll go through them quickly. I'm just gonna drop them on the floor again and we're gonna roll through it pretty fast. All right, so first, there is that sprayed grass color of the adrenaline, not the adrenaline crawl, but the adrenaline bug by XZone Lures. I just thought that's, is it sprayed grass? Yeah, sprayed grass. Thought it was a cool color. So taking those, I'm taking the black and blue. Actually, this is black and blue laminate adrenaline bug. Got that one. The same thing, adrenaline bug, but this one is in that June bug color. So I've got that. I am taking the 6-inch Senkos, or True Center Sticks by XZone Lures. And this is the Rainbow Trout Laminate. There's no rainbow trout in Lake Okeechobee, but it's a cool color. So I'm taking that as well. Who knows, I'm able to draw a bite on this. I have these from Grande Lures, just a 5-inch Airtail Rattler. So pretty cool color. This as well is sprayed grass. Not necessarily the color to use at Lake Okeechobee, but I am taking 1 pack of those. I had them, why not? I do like these. These are the 6-inch black and blue True Center Sticks by XZone Lures. So those will go. I've got a couple of packs of the Muscleback Fat Finesse Worm, or MB Fat Finesse Worm. This color is pretty darn legit. Let me take this out. This color is called Southern Sip by XZone Lures. All right, so it's kind of like a Senko, but more like a, I don't know, I guess you could say more of like a shaky type worm, shaky head type worm, but it's got a tail on the end. But I don't know if that kind of purplish color is coming through, but that is just kind of ridiculous. I can't imagine that many of the fish on Lake Okeechobee have seen kind of that purplish, brownish color. So we're gonna have some sunny days while we're there. That sun penetrates this color really well. Again, the color Southern Sip. So I'll throw that on a Texas rig, shake it a little bit, and we'll see if that gets smashed. All right, I'm also taking the same thing, the Fat Finesse Worm and Green Pumpkin June Bug. So that's a pretty cool color there, taking that one. Speed worms. All right, so a lot of guys in the tournament last weekend, in the MLF tournament, were catching a ton of bass on speed worms. So I've got the Zoom, this is actually the crawl worm, but a June bug color of that Zoom crawl worm, the June bug color of the speed worm. All right, got those as well. I have the June bug color in the cutter worm by Rage. And the reason why I got this one is just because it's a bigger version. It's a little bit bigger version than the Zoom. So I don't know, maybe they're gonna like a small worm, maybe they're gonna want a big worm, but I got both. I also had these, so I'm gonna take them. These are pretty cool. I just shared a picture of these on Instagram, but these are the Rabid Worm, or the Shaker Worm, I'm sorry, by Rabid Baits. So I've got kind of a black, what is that, like a black with blue flake. That one there. And then another one that is more of a purple plum. I'm sorry, not purple plum. That didn't make sense. Purple June bug color that I'll take. So I've got both of those. And last, also for kind of pitching and flipping, I do have a packet of stroker crawls. These are not really the right color though. This is a Bluegrass Magic. So not really the color you'd want for Lake Okeechobee, but I'm taking those. So that is all the worms, flipping baits, etc. In that pack. So pack of crawls over there, and kind of trailers for chatterbait swim jigs. All the swim baits, including the paddle tails, in that one bag, and then all the worms in another bag. I think I've got enough, but I've got one more box to show you really quickly. I do plan on mainly sticking to kind of 4 categories: frogs, chatterbaits, swim jigs / swim bait, and then Texas rig plastics, whether it be a worm, speed worm, a Texas rig to kind of, you know, somewhat punch with or drag around. Anyways, so the frogs I'm taking is the Blitz Lure Popper Frog. You guys have seen this before, but this frog is absolutely amazing. The way it's designed on the top, how soft the plastic is, the way the hooks are angled, and that keeled bottom. So I'm taking a frog in white. I'm taking a frog in kind of that black and yellow, and I'm taking a frog in green and yellow. So my strategy will be to start with the frog in the morning, And then as the sun gets higher, I'll begin to work a little bit lower with moving baits, chatterbaits, swim jigs, swim baits. And then as the sun gets even higher, then I'll slow it down even more and work more like speed worms, Cincos, those types of things. So that's kind of my strategy. I've got a bunch of swim jigs, right? So I've got, as you'll see there, the adrenaline crawl on the back of a 6-cent swim jig. I've picked up some new swim jigs by V&M. So there's a V&M swim jig. This one's called Golden Shiner, but it's got a cool head shape on the front, very similar to the 6-cent lure, except there's just different colors that V&M has, but a great design of a swim jig. You can get those at Shills. You can get the 6-cent swim jigs at Shills. I'm also taking a ton of chatterbaits in multiple different colors, but the jackhammers, I've got several of those, along with by No Fish, Team No Fish Tackle. They've got some pretty cool bladed jigs as well that have a really good thumping action with that head design. But there's one that I've already got kind of rigged up. So I've got a ton of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff. If I don't catch fish with all this stuff, there's something seriously wrong. So here's the last step of the giveaway. All right, so if I break my PB, which is 8 pounds, at Lake Okeechobee in these 2 days, or if my wife beats my PB of 8 pounds, so if either one of us catch higher than an 8-pound fish, and you comment below on which lure, and get as specific as you can with brand, color, type, etc., on which lure you think I'll catch it with, I will then give you 10 of these lures, any packs of them for you to pick out. And it had to be all separate. They can't be 10 jackhammers, but I'll let you pick out 10 of any of these packs of lures, and I'll send to you free of charge. All right, that's the deal. Now, add to it though what you think the weight will be of the PB. And the reason why is because if some of you guess the same, then I'll use the weight as the tiebreaker. Or if I break my PB, no one guesses the lure, then I'll use the weight. I'll use your weight guess as who wins 10 packs. So you can either win by guessing the type of lure and color and brand that I'll use, or you can win by guessing the weight. So drop both of them in a comment below. This will be kind of fun. And I'm gonna fish for 2 days, Friday and Saturday with my wife. If either of us break an 8-pound fish and you get closest to the weight or the lure I'm using, then I'm gonna send you 10 packs of lures of your choice, of everything that I just shared and showed you. And that can include a jackhammer chatterbait. All right, guys, that's it. Wish me luck. Wish my wife luck too. But wish us luck. We're going to Lake Okeechobee. We're gonna have a ton of fun. Look for those videos to come because we're gonna have a blast on the water. I'm gonna break it up so the videos aren't entirely long, but we're gonna have a ton of fun. We're gonna catch a lot of fish. So stay tuned. Should be awesome. Make sure you drop a comment below. Subscribe if you're not. And if nobody told you, God loves you. And so do I. Peace out.